Good morning. Welcome to day 6 of our flood event. We have an update from several of our...
Please give your name and spell it, your title for everyone. Thank you.
Sure. Good morning. My name's Heidi Prentup. I'm a commander with the Sheriff's Office, Prentup. Welcome to day 6 of our flood event in Boulder County. We have some updates from all of the people that are working with us on this event. We still have only 3 confirmed fatalities. We have more than 183 people that are unaccounted for. And again, that doesn't mean they're missing. They just haven't been able to contact their families. And we're working diligently with detectives and the Urban Search and Rescue Group to locate these people in the mountains, or if they have already self-evacuated from the mountains, to get in contact with them. There were 215 people airlifted and 11 people evacuated by ground by military resources on yesterday. There are approximately 1,700 Boulder residents that have been evacuated in total by military resources during this event. Last night the night before last, all of our statistics are from yesterday. There were 241 people in evacuation shelters and 60 to 70 people searching for long-term shelter. Right now I'd like to show you some flagging that people may see on their homes. And I want to explain that these are being used by the Urban Search and Rescue people, and what it tells them different things. The colors of flaggings mean something to them. They are not looking at the structural integrity of the house. They are not condemning residences. They're checking to see if people are in the residences, and they will write information on the green tag, and then this may be on the residence, or it may be on the mailbox in front of the residence. It shows the other searchers that somebody has been in the residence, and they either need to go in and do something else, or they can pass by the residence. There also may be a green strip of tape that is on the ground between rocks on the driveway. We're asking residents, if you see these items on your home or the green tape on the ground, please leave them there. The Sheriff's Office will let you know when it is okay to remove them. And the green tape on the ground is so that when the helicopters go over, that they can see from the air that the house has been checked. So if the weather takes the green flagging off the ground, we ask that you put it back if you're able to do that, if you find that in front of your residence. Now I'd like to talk about Highway 119 up in Boulder Canyon. That has become a hard closure, and that is because of the structural integrity of the road. It's not safe to travel on. So people cannot go up Highway 119 from Boulder. People that live in Canyon Park and Canyonside Drive will be allowed up because their residences are before the closure, but anyone who lives farther up cannot go up. We're asking cyclists and runners and hikers to stay out of the canyon. It's just not safe. As far as Lyons goes, today we are going to start to allow residents into the unincorporated areas around Lyons. What they need to do is go to the Life Bridge Church at 10345 Ute Highway. At that location, they will receive a re-entry pass. They're distributing the re-entry passes between noon and 8 p.m. today. The people that re-enter the town are still on a no flush and a boil water order. It's really important that people are not flushing because of the sewage system. They will be allowed access from dusk to dawn into town. It will become a hard closure at dusk, and people will not be let back in when it's dark. Tomorrow, the passes will be distributed for the residents of Lyons. So today is for unincorporated Boulder County around Lyons. That includes outside Lyons. If you have to travel through Lyons to go home, you can get your passes today. But Lyons residents will be allowed in tomorrow. So I'm going to turn this over to Dan Dallas, our incident commander, and then we'll have questions when everybody's spoken.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Dan Dallas, D-A-L-L-A-S, just like the large city in Texas. I'm the incident commander for Rocky Mountain Incident Management Team, Team B, and we're here to help coordinate, support, and basically direct tactical operations for all the activities that are going on with the flood event here. By way of process, we have a tasking order there, it's called, from FEMA, and then we're working under a delegation of authority from the city and county of Boulder and the state of Colorado. And I just wanted to say a couple things, and I'll give you a few more numbers to add to the sheriff's office here in a second. But the main thing I wanted to say is just this is a great, I'll go beyond interagency. This is just a great example of what's right with how our government can work. On my team alone, there's 56 people. There's upwards of 20 agencies. Most of us are from the state of Colorado, so we're fellow Coloradans, and you know, we feel the pain. In my case, I'm from southern Colorado, and I had a large fire event earlier this year and had 9 evacuees living with me for a while. So, you know, we have a pretty firm understanding. The rest of my team's from around the rest of the state. But if you look at this flood event, we're talking from the federal government, you're looking at the FEMA, and then the tasking to my team went to the U.S. Forest Service. And then we've got military assets, both National Guard and regular military, that have been just a linchpin for our operation. And then, of course, state of Colorado and also the city and county of Boulder. So all levels of government are involved in this. As far as, I'll give today's operation just a second, but to add to a couple numbers that the sheriff's office mentioned here, when it comes to residences and commercial property, we estimate, based on the perimeter we put, which is roughly equivalent now to the 500-year flood event, there's upwards of 12,000 structures threatened. To date, we have assessed, so there, for single residences, there's 166 single residences that are damaged. 120 of those are destroyed. For commercial property, we estimate there's 60 in the flood zone. 28 of those are damaged. 1 is destroyed. So that adds a few more numbers to what you got from the sheriff's office there. As far as today's operations, we will continue with the search and rescue, life safety missions that we've been doing, the evacuations that we've been doing with folks. The numbers were given to you by the sheriff's office on what we've done to date. We'll continue with those evacuations, but the other thing is we're starting to turn the corner and doing a really significant amount of assessment work, which helps the city and county of Boulder kind of get the kind of information to the state they'll need for the FEMA declaration that's been done. So with that, the only other thing I would mention is when it comes to the evacuations, one of the things that we noted yesterday, we had a very good day after the mist that happened in the morning with flying, is we're seeing a significant reduction of number of people who are asking to be evacuated now. They're either, in most cases, they're either have chosen to stay in place or they're already out. But we will kind of, if you will, make one more grid sweep today and establish if there's anybody else that wants to come out. And then most of our operation we're looking at is this assessment phase from here on out, trying to help get the state and the city and county of Boulder the kind of information they need. With that quick summary, I'll be available for questions afterwards, but I'll turn it over to Tom Miner, who's the incident commander for the FEMA IST.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Tom Miner, and that's M-I-N-E-R. I'm the incident support team leader for the White Incident Support Team for FEMA Urban Search and Rescue. And what we bring here at the request of the state of Colorado is we brought 2 task forces, one from Utah and one from Nebraska, and then my overhead management team, which is a mirror image of Dan's, and I'll talk a little bit about how we're working together in a minute. Those 2 task forces are 80 people strong. They bring an extensive ability to do all types of search and rescue, provide some medical assistance. We have structural engineers, search dogs, and they're as self-sufficient as they can be. My management team, and I'll mirror what Dan has said, this has been a tremendous experience for us. We are completely married, melded together with his team. We're working side by side. There's no duplication of efforts. We have common goals and objectives set out by the state and and Boulder County officials. We're working in support of their people. We're working side by side with Colorado Search and Rescue Assets. Their state task force is also here, working in the same area, and side by side with your outstanding search and rescue volunteers that have been working tirelessly up in these very difficult conditions. Our mission is primarily to conduct searches. The first task was to touch every building in the damaged areas, the inaccessible areas, and in addition to that, to start the process of getting damage assessment done, which often follows on after our efforts to find people and do life-saving efforts. But at the same time, we're providing a tremendous amount of data and information about these large number of damaged structures, your damaged infrastructure, your damaged roadways, your utilities, and we will be providing that, and later we can show you how that data is being provided to the state and the county for their follow-on efforts at recovery. That's not usually our primary mission, but as long as we're there, we might as well start doing it for you. So it's an honor to be here. We're from all over the United States. I'm from Washington State. My team comes from a variety of other areas, and the 2 teams, of course, are from outside your area. But we're here to support you in your life-saving efforts and start into the recovery efforts. And I too will be here afterwards to answer any questions about our activities and what our capabilities are. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Sarah Huntley. I'm a spokesperson for the City of Boulder. It's SARAHHUNTLEY. So in the City of Boulder, we're very fortunate to be out of an active rescue situation. We believe people are safe and accounted for the most part in the city. However, we do understand that there are residents and businesses in the City of Boulder who are suffering significant disaster-related impacts, personal impacts, both to their property and to their lives. And these are our top priority for us. We've been working around the clock 24/7 and will continue to do so, particularly on sewage issues. We know that some people are having sewer backups in their homes. We have crews out. You may not see them right in front of your house, but please rest assured that if they're not in front of your house, they're further up the system, trying to address blockages and problems that could be impacting your home. We have been able to clear quite a bit of debris, in some cases rocks the size of baseballs and bigger, which are definitely causing blockages and backups. We're going to continue to do this. We are currently acting at maximum capacity at our wastewater treatment facility. About 50 million gallons of wastewater, stormwater, and groundwater are channeling through that system right now. We can expect that to continue for another couple of days. We are shifting our Public Works emergency line so that city residents can access Public Works emergency crews in a more streamlined fashion. Starting today, we'll have a phone number set up for any kinds of Public Works emergencies. So that includes wastewater, includes water quality, transportation, and access issues. That new phone number is 303-413 7100. It'll be in operation from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. If you've already reported problems either to a city phone number or to the county call center, please rest assured that we have your report and we are working on it. You don't need to call again. This is for new emergencies, please. We also are extending our hours at our Planning and Development Services Center. We understand there's quite a bit of rebuilding that needs to occur, and we want to aid residents and businesses in that. We'll have office hours from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Those are extended hours. We're also starting a call line for people who have questions about what types of permits they might need for repair and restoration related to floods. That phone number is 303-441-1880. We will be streamlining our permit process for people who have flood-related only damage to their homes. We'd like to mention that our municipal airport is still serving as a landing zone for all aerial rescue missions, and we're very pleased to be able to provide this resource. We're so grateful for federal and state assistance at this point, and we'd also like to give a special shout out to the Boulder Valley School District and St. Vrain School Districts, which have been extraordinary in helping us transport evacuees, to the YMCA, which is an evacuation center in the city of Boulder, and to CU for their assistance with our evacuees. Downtown businesses are reopening. Many of them are reopened already and are eager to have business as soon as it becomes accessible for people. Roads to the downtown area are open and parking structures are open and operational. Open space and mountain parks, however, do remain closed, and we're encouraging people to stay off as there are still very hazardous conditions there. Lastly, I would just like to mention that the city has created a flood recovery website that we're encouraging all city residents and businesses to use, as well as anybody else in the recovery zone. There's some very helpful information there, both general and city specific. It's boulderfloodinfo.net. So if you could encourage viewers to go to those locations, we would greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much. I think Ryan Huff is here from the CU to make some statements for the university.
Good morning. My name is Ryan Huff. I'm the spokesman for the University of Colorado Police Department. My name is spelled R-Y-A-N, last name H-U-F-F, as in Frank. Last night, we assisted the Red Cross to open a shelter at the Coors Event Center. That is our basketball and volleyball arena. So far, 2 evacuees have shown up to that area, but we stand ready to have upwards of 300 people should the need arise. So we stand ready to help our neighbors during this tragedy as we stabilize the campus. I also want to say that our police department has offered to the county our Razor all-terrain vehicles and personnel should the sheriff's office or any other agencies need those to assist in the evacuation. So again, we're ready to help our neighbors during this tragedy. The campus opened yesterday. We had a pretty good participation from faculty, students, and staff. But with that said, the university certainly understands the tragedy has affected a lot of people, their property. So their faculty and supervisors are working with students and others to make sure they are accommodated. I also want to tell you about a website that CU has set up that has a lot of different resources on it. That is colorado.edu/2013flood. If people need to obtain off-campus housing because their properties off-campus have been damaged, there are resources for that. For those that need coursework and academic assistance, also have resources there, workplace absences, and also at the University Memorial Center today, there are tables set up to help people who have any questions. The damage assessments will take some number of weeks. Our preliminary assessments still show about 80, that's 80, of our buildings had some form of damage. Most of these are minor water damages in basements and crawl spaces. The flood did not affect any of the labs or instructional facilities. So all the classrooms are open today. Again, we're back open today. Some good news about some progress on a sewage leak on East Campus. Yesterday, there was a remote area of the East Campus. This is actually Sunday. This is a spot where there are paths near the Boulder Creek and Skunk Creek. This is not near classrooms. This is not on main campus, but there was a sewage backup in the East Campus area north of the Space Sciences building. That backflow has stopped, and so today our crews will be trying to clean that up and take down the barricades. One last update, the Boulder Creek in the area of CU is running at 1,132 cubic feet per second. Obviously, that is a great drop from some days ago when it was upwards of 5,000. With that said, we still advise people to stay away from the creek because you don't know when it could pick up again. Obviously, there's still a lot of damage along the creek area. We have a footbridge that was completely destroyed at 19th Street, so please continue to stay away from the area. Next, I'll introduce Ricardo Zuniga. He's an External Affairs Officer with FEMA.
Good morning. My name is Ricardo Zuniga, Ricardo Zuniga. As Tom had mentioned, FEMA continues to support the recovery, the response effort in conjunction with the incident management team. But as people begin focusing on their recovery, I encourage everyone to call in and apply for FEMA assistance. There are 3 ways people can apply for assistance. First, by calling 1-800-621-3362. So we do encourage people to call. If you're at home and have internet access, you can get on the computer and go to www.disasterassistance.gov. And there's an expanded variety of federal programs available in addition to FEMA, and we want people to access as many programs as available to their assist in their recovery. The third way is by using your smartphone. If you go to m.fema.gov, you can register on your phone. So we want folks to get into the system. It's important to note that over 6,400 Coloradans have already registered for assistance for a total of $430,000. This number will increase as the floodwaters recede and additional people register, so we encourage people to get into the system. FEMA assistance is designed to meet your basic needs. It will not fully compensate you for your loss. We encourage folks to also contact their insurance company to file a claim, but they shouldn't preclude them from applying for FEMA assistance also. Assistance is determined on a case-by-case basis, so it's important for people to call in and provide all the information requested. FEMA assistance is not guaranteed. However, if you don't register, it's guaranteed you won't get assistance. So we want folks to call in, get online and register, call your insurance company, and get through the recovery process. We're here to help you. Thank you.
Any questions?
The numbers you guys mentioned about housing and businesses affected, is that countywide or the city or?
Yeah, our tasking, who we're working for is the county of Boulder. So that's Boulder County. That's specific to Boulder County.
Incorporated and unincorporated?
Yes.
Can you say what the commercial building was that was destroyed?
Oh, the specific building? I don't know at this point in time which one it is.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Sheriff, how are your folks holding up? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have been putting in long hours, and all the responders have been doing this round the clock, and a lot of them are vested because they have homes here too. What's it been like for people? I mean, what's the stress level? What are people's morale? What's going on here? Can you talk to us about a little bit?
Everybody is extremely stressed. All of the people that are working on this, most of the people have been here for 6 days. And yes, the morale we're hanging in there, just like everybody is. It's very heartwarming to see the people coming off the helicopters with their animals. We have several employees of the county and the city that were impacted. We have some people that are out of their homes, but are still coming to work. So we're in it and taking care of ourselves and our community.
Other than the damage assessment, because I know you had mentioned that in terms of kind of the progress made from yesterday, so today is more kind of looking at all of that. Is there any other specific goal or maybe specific area that these rescue crews are going to, if there are additional survivors out there that need airlifting?
You know, at this point, we're not aware of it. As far as our use, if you will, of tactical resources, basically again, we're working for the city and county of Boulder. We get information from their emergency operations center. We prioritize that and then go respond to whatever it is. But to answer your question specifically, at this point, we're unaware of any additional needs in that regard.
So would it be almost fair to say that that part of your effort is over?
No, I won't go there yet. What I'm saying is we're seeing a drop off in the need, but we're always available and intend that would become our first priority the minute we know about something like that.
And I was just going to say that our teams are still out in the field continuing damage, looking at those buildings and trying to get assessment, because we haven't laid our hands or eyes on every structure in the affected area. Again, we've been focusing on people and their needs, and as that winds down, then we can free up our personnel and the other people that are out in the field to go do more of that damage assessment, which expedites the recovery effort, gets people the information they need about what do we need to bring back in to start building our infrastructure back up. And certainly with people and responders going back up in there with the infrastructure as damaged as it is, there could be another emergent situation, and we would have resources between our forces to immediately respond to that. So no, we are definitely not out of life safety, because it's still a hazardous environment that people are going back into.
So if there aren't any other questions, thank you guys all for coming.